We're live, boys! Oh my goodness, yes, I'm so excited about this. All right, so I'm currently at my friend's place, Yuri. A few of you guys probably know him. We're actually recording some reaction videos here all together. So we're actually 4 people recording reaction videos. It's really fun, actually. So I'm having a great time. I'm feeling great. So I'm very excited about tonight's live stream, actually. So everyone who's here, welcome to the live stream. And so yeah, quick update about where I'm at right now. So I'm currently in Belgium. I'm with my parents, my brother, my friends. I am, meeting everyone that I haven't seen for a long time because I've been living in Budapest since April. I was back in Belgium. I will stay here for a few weeks and then I'll head to Latin America. So maybe you can see it even on the map here. So I will be there somewhere in the sunshine and have a good time over there. All right. So, guys, let's see. What will we be talking about today? I mentioned breakups, relationships, feeling stuck in a rut. Topics that I think a lot of you guys struggle with sometimes, or everyone struggles with sometimes at some point in their lives, I think. And so, breakups have been a very interesting experience for me in my life because they have really transformed my life every single time. Okay, every time I went through a breakup, it was a period where I felt incredibly down, I felt incredibly unmotivated, I felt incredibly stuck and like in pain. Okay, but then after a few months, a few weeks, some time, things started to turn around again. Okay, because at some point you have no other choice than to accept the fact that okay, the relationship is no longer what it used to be. Okay, it no longer exists. So I need to build a new relationship, which is one with myself. Okay, after a breakup, you want to cultivate a relationship with yourself again because you have spent so much time with this person, not only like physically close together, but also mentally. All right, you think about them, you receive texts in the morning, maybe, or before you go to bed. There's so much communication going on, and it really feels like you lose a part of yourself basically when you break up with someone. All right, so it is a painful experience. There has actually been studies been done that show that the pain that is being experienced from a breakup is actually it's compare you can compare it to actual pain. Okay, physical pain. The same brain areas light up, so we experience it as pain, as something painful. Okay, so it's normal, it's absolutely normal that when you go through a separation with someone, it feels painful. It is painful. All right, now a few things that I've learned from my breakups are the fact that if you stay in an angry state, if you stay in a resentful state, you will not be able to move on and let go. Okay, what helped me was thinking about, okay, what would the most mature version of myself do in this situation? Okay, would my mature version complain, be angry, be mad at my ex-girlfriends? Would I look for the negative in what happened, or would I try to focus on my own life? Okay, get my stuff together, make new friends, get to know new people, create something for myself, find something that I can feel engaged with and that brings me joy, peace, and fulfillment. All right, and at the same time, can I find things that I'm grateful for that happened after the breakup, that happened during the relationship? Can I wish my ex partners, can I wish them well? Okay, because let's think about it like this: the person who is past the pain, past the hurt, who forgave, who was able to move on, okay, they will probably be able to wish the other people well. Okay, because there is no more emotional attachment, there is no more, there is no more expectations there, or there is no more holding on. You let it go, and then you can forgive, and then you can really tap into the gratitude and wishing someone well. It is also a very, how would I say, like, profound experience for yourself if you can really sit in meditation and visualize someone that might have hurt you, or that, that caused you some pain in your life, if you can actually try to look at things from their perspective, okay, if you would be them in exactly their shoes, in exactly their situation, you would have almost certainly acted exactly the way they did, okay, because of all the history, of all the experiences they had. The moment in time they make a certain decision, it makes sense to them, okay. So if you can see things from their perspective, that allows you to let go of taking things, for example, personally. All right. There's this great book. It's called The Four Agreements by Miguel Rodriguez. I highly recommend you check it out. It's an amazing book with four agreements in it. Okay. And one of the agreements is don't take things personally. And if you can apply this principle to your life, if you can really avoid taking things personally, you will suffer so much less, okay, because when we take things personally, we start to doubt ourselves, we suffer, we feel judged, we feel ashamed, maybe even, okay. I have gone through all these experiences myself many times, okay. When I took things personally, I suffered for it, and I took a lot of things personally in the past, and sometimes I still do, right? But then I try to remind myself of the fact that, wait a minute, whatever this person does, whatever the other person does, that might hurt me or that might not be the thing that I expected them to do, it probably has a reason. And from their point of view, it makes total sense what they are doing. Okay. The moment you make a decision, you think it was the right decision, even though you might regret it later, or you might have not had all the information necessary to make the right decision, etc. Right? In that moment, you made the decision based on what you knew and based on what you felt. You might regret it later, or you might even know in the moment that this is not really maybe the right decision, but you made the decision anyway. Okay. And it's not because of the other person necessarily, it's because of you, right? So looking at things from their perspective and understanding that, okay, whatever happened, it happened, and from their perspective it probably makes sense. If you would be in their shoes, you would probably do the same. That can help you to let go of this pain that is attached to taking things personally. It's our egos that get triggered by that. Okay. Now if you take the next step and you wish the people well, okay, even the people who really hurt you in your life, if you can sit down and wish them well and really tap into that feeling of forgiveness, of wishing them well, it is such a healing experience, okay. And by accessing this state, you actually, how would I say, you actually show your subconscious that you are letting go, okay? Because the stage at which you truly wish them well and you truly let go and you truly forgave, that is the state you will feel like when you tap into this sense of forgiving the other person. Does it make sense what I'm saying, right? So the moment you let go and the moment you move past the pain, you will be able to tap into the gratitude. You will be able to tap into the wishing them well. So if you practice tapping into that feeling before you actually completely let go, this will, signal to your system, to your organism, that you are making progress towards reaching that state. You're kind of like almost premiering or teasing that state for yourself. All right. And so when you finally reach the point, and it's a gradual thing, right? It happened very gradually for myself too. Okay. It was not that all of a sudden this one day it happened and then I'm completely over it. No, it's a gradual thing. All right. And after a while, all of a sudden you realize, okay, now I can think back to the memories and they no longer sting, they no longer hurt. I recorded a video about this a few days ago. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug. Okay. And it is extremely painful to tap into nostalgic feelings when you're not yet, when you didn't yet reach this point of acceptance and forgiveness and letting go. All right. I would not be able to go to a place where I spent so much time with my ex-girlfriends right after the breakup happened. I could not do it because it was too painful. All right. I still craved their presence. I still craved their attention. I still craved feeling connected with them, but it was no longer there. So it's painful. It's like you lose something and you get it gets rubbed in your face when you revisit those memories, right? But once you move past that, once you can let it go, fully let it go, truly accept that it's over and now it's a new chapter in your life, okay, then nostalgia can be quite pleasant. Like, I enjoyed spending time in that place now because it brings back sweet memories, it brings back enjoyable thoughts and experiences, and it no longer stings, okay? But it takes time, it really takes time, and you can't force it, okay? Whatever time you need for that to happen is the right time for you, okay? And this is something that I always tell myself whenever I feel like I'm having a hard time, whenever I'm struggling, whenever things are not going well, is this: the universe is not giving what you want, it's giving you what you need, okay? And whether it's true or not, that doesn't really matter, okay? Because if you believe that this is true, if you believe that you are now receiving what you need, then you can tap into a different level of resourcefulness. You can really figure out, okay, how can I work with this situation? What can I learn from this? How can I, work with this? What is the message that is being conveyed here? What is the treasure that I need to find in this difficult time, okay? Because if you believe otherwise, if you believe that life is punishing you, or you're worthless, or you deserve this, or all these things, taking very, very personally, that is going to cause only more suffering. So you are free to pick your beliefs, okay? You're free to pick your beliefs. And of course, there is also a very like a part that is decided by your upbringing and your previous experiences, etc. So your beliefs are also colored by your previous experiences and your upbringing. There is a part in that where you didn't really chose your initial beliefs, but by becoming more self-aware, by meditating, by reading, by introspection, by questioning the beliefs that are there, you can uncover the ones that you automatically assume, almost, okay? One of the other rules in the four agreements is don't make assumptions, okay? Because we are so quick to make assumptions, and we have subconscious beliefs that we developed through our upbringing, through our lives, okay? And these subconscious beliefs, they are very strong, like they are very intense sources of, they can be very intense sources of suffering, because we attach meaning to a certain feeling, okay? I talked about this in one of my previous videos. Loneliness is a sensation in the body, but it becomes a lot more painful because we attach so many extra meaning to that feeling, and that is done through the beliefs that we have. So by becoming aware of these beliefs, by uncovering these beliefs, and then picking a different belief, you will be able to face life head on, okay? Because life, it's not easy, okay, guys? It's not easy, and it's not supposed to be easy. Sometimes it can be easy, and that is amazing. And that when you're in that phase, then I invite you to really feel grateful for that. Tap into how good it feels. Like, really pay attention to it. Don't take it for granted, okay? Because at some point things will get tough again, okay? That is just how it goes. It's nobody's life. I really think, and this is again a belief I have, right? Somebody else could have a totally different belief. I'm just stating my beliefs, my personal experiences. I am not claiming to know everything, not at all, okay? I'm just sharing what I've learned through my life. And so this is a belief that at some point things can start to become difficult again. Hey guys, welcome here. I'm glad you're here, guys. I really am. I feel super grateful that we can have a conversation tonight. I feel super excited about this also, by the way. So I'm really, really happy. I'm sitting at my friend's place right now. So we're having a really good time, actually. So I'm in a great mood, guys. And so I feel super, super grateful that you're all here and people are showing up. So it's awesome. Hey, Amiable Pluto and Marina. I'm so glad that you guys are here. Thank you for joining tonight. And let's have a little conversation. So I was actually talking about limiting beliefs and how they play into our suffering, and how we can actually, once we become aware of our limiting beliefs, we can decide to pick new ones. Okay. And so one of the beliefs I have is that whenever I'm going through a difficult time in my life, I repeat to myself, the universe is not giving me what I want right now, which is to feel good, to have something, to, to be successful, to have a relationship, whatever it may be. Okay. I want these things, but they're not there in my life yet. And that means that this is not what I need right now. What I need right now is to not have these things so I can learn to become more resourceful, so I can learn to tap into my inner strength, so I can learn to find solutions for these problems, for these feelings. Okay, that's a belief I have, and it's one that I picked. Okay, it's one that I decided I want, because what else is there to believe in? If I believe that my life is shit and it's supposed to be shit all the time, well, then that is going to cause me to suffer a lot more than if I believe that, okay, this is what I need right now. Okay, and there is something to be learned here, there's something to be, I can grow from this. Okay, so maybe this can help you too whenever you feel like you're going through a difficult time. Like I was talking about breakups earlier, maybe this breakup is exactly what you need right now, even though it might be painful, it might be difficult to deal with. All right, it's not easy. Breakups are not easy, I speak from personal experience, but they have always pushed me forward, they have always caused me to transform. And I hear this time and time again, that people tell me that, okay, a breakup was really a turning point in my life. It literally was, and at the time it was so difficult to, to get over, to deal with. It was terribly painful. But once I learned that I can be by myself, I can be resourceful, I can do what I want, and I can actually go for what I want. And it transformed their lives. Okay, it completely transformed their lives. So I know that right now, especially if you're struggling with a breakup, these ideas don't really resonate that much. They are far away, they seem far away. You just want to feel better. Okay, and that's totally okay, it's totally normal also. All right, sometimes when I feel in a negative state or mood, then I also don't like it necessarily that somebody is telling you, hey, things will get better again. Okay, but in certain cases it can actually feel nice when someone tells me that things will get better again. And maybe it's time for you to, get out of your own head a little bit, focus on the things that you're grateful for. I really preach gratitude, because it's such a powerful tool that we all have access to at any moment in time. Literally any moment in time, you can sit down and think of a few things that you're grateful for. Anything. Okay, your eyesight, your hearing, your health, the people in your life, the beautiful day to day, the technology, the freedom you have, the books you're reading, whatever it may be, there is always something you can feel grateful for. And sometimes, and I'm going to be really honest with you guys here, I am stuck in such a negative space in my head that I don't even want to tap into the gratitude, because I feel comfortable in that negative space. It's warm and cozy there sometimes. Okay, being in this, oh hey Marina, I've got to go see you. Okay, no worries, thank you for joining, for tuning in. I'm glad that you could make it for a few minutes here. I'm super grateful that you said hi, and I hope that you have a wonderful Sunday evening, Marina. I'll hope to see you next week for the live stream. And if not, you can always leave a comment on one of my videos the coming days. Okay. So yeah, I was saying that when I'm in this negative space, it can feel comfortable there. Okay, because it's something, it you can avoid some responsibilities. It's there is a payoff. All right, and sometimes I'm like, but I don't want to focus on the things I can feel grateful for right now, because I don't want to get out of this state in a way, right? So by becoming aware of that and then taking responsibility for that, okay, then I feel bad. Okay, you choose to feel bad right now, and I'm not saying that you are right now choosing to feel bad. That's not what I'm saying, because sometimes the feelings are just there and you don't know where they're coming from. Okay, but sometimes you do choose to feel bad, and that is important to be aware. It's important to be aware of that, because if you're not aware that you're choosing to feel bad, then you might feel bad more often than you should. Okay, or then you could feel better more often, because you can decide to not want to stay in that space, and you can tap into the gratitude. Okay, so gratitude is really, really important. And the reason why I keep saying this is because I've gone through phases in my life where I didn't pay attention to everything that was good in my life, and that made me suffer a lot, because it makes everything look so grim and gray and dark, and it's not a good place to be in at all. Okay, at all. And the more you make it a habit, the more you will, shine this energy of appreciation. It's fantastic. Okay, it becomes habitual, and not in a negative way where you kind of like take things for granted habitually, but more like, oh, this is such a beautiful moment, I'm so grateful for it. Or, hey guys, I'm so grateful that you're here, I feel grateful that you're, watching the live stream, and that you're spending time, listening to my words. I feel grateful for that. And it becomes, a habitual thing. And people love to resonate with that energy. People love it when you mention that you're grateful for their presence, or for, what they're doing for you, what they did for you. It's a really beautiful experience if you can share that energy with people, and they will really resonate with that. Nobody, literally nobody, doesn't like it when somebody shows honest, genuine appreciation for them. Okay, in some cases they might be a little bit uncomfortable with it, because they feel like they don't deserve it, or they struggle with their self-esteem. But even then, it's a healing experience. It's a beautiful thing. Giving, sharing gratitude and appreciation, it's never, if it's coming from the right place, of course you want to give your appreciation genuinely. You don't want to, you know be dishonest about it. That's because people feel that. Okay, people feel when it's dishonest appreciation. You don't want to do that, because it turns people off. It really does. But if you can genuinely share your appreciation for people in your life, or for the things in your life, they will respond in kind. They will smile. They will enjoy your your gratitude, because it's a beautiful thing. Nobody likes to feel taken for granted. It's a terrible, terrible experience, terrible feeling. So, you can avoid other people to feel like that, and you can also avoid yourself to feel like that, because we also very often take ourselves for granted, and that is also a painful experience. So learn to also be grateful for you. All right, you have qualities that nobody else has. You have a personality that nobody else has. And yes, of course, there's flaws. Of course, everybody has them. Okay. And because we are spending 24/7 in our own heads, we are painfully aware of our own flaws. And that sometimes makes it difficult to appreciate ourselves or to feel grateful for ourselves. But if you're working on improving yourself, and if you're trying to live in accordance with your values as much as you can. Of course, nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. And we're not supposed to be perfect. Okay. But the more you can live your life in accordance with these values, the more you can tap into some kind of appreciation for yourself. You can express gratitude for the fact that, okay, today I did my best. Okay, that's another rule actually, and another agreement actually in the four agreements is do your best, always do your best. Okay, and the reason, not the reason, but the way I see this agreement is that, okay, did I live according to my values today? That is what doing my best means. Did I live up to the best of my abilities, considering all the circumstances? Okay, maybe someday I'm extremely tired and irritated and I feel terribly bad. Okay, everybody has days like that. Okay, then I might not be performing at my highest level. Okay, but I might focus on not nagging or complaining, and I might focus on not, lashing out to people when I feel stressed. I might focus on kindness and compassion and take it easy a little bit. And then I did my best. Then I didn't, then I wasn't a bad person, or then I wasn't angry, or then I wasn't negative. Okay. And that is what doing my best means at that moment. Okay. But in other days, I might feel super great and I feel very excited and motivated. And then I can perform at the highest level. And then that is my best in that moment. Okay. So So, excuse me. So figuring out what your best is at every moment in time, and then going for that is a great way to live. And the book is fantastic. The Four Agreements. I highly recommend you check it out. It's a very profound book. It's Toltec wisdom. So it's very ancient wisdom that is very very profound. And it taught me a lot. And hopefully it can teach you something as well. Okay. So what else? I'm feeling stuck in a rut. Guys, if you have any questions or input, feel free to share it in the chat. I know I'm a little bit on a rant here, but I feel quite good and I feel excited and I feel like talking about these things. So that's wonderful. I'm having a great time. So thank you so much for being here. And for all the people watching it later, welcome and thank you for being here as well. Thank you for watching the live stream. I very, very much enjoy doing these, as you all know. All right. So yeah, feeling stuck in a rut. Okay, this is something that that I've dealt with often in my life, and is what I learned. I will share with you what I learned from this. All right, motivation is extremely unreliable. You can't wait for motivation to happen to come to you. Okay, you can't, because motivation is like emotions and feelings. It comes and goes. Okay, so if you live your life according to how inspired and motivated, excuse me, I need to sneeze. Whew. Okay, I didn't. Wow, I jinxed it. Awesome. Anyway, so you can't live your life according to how motivated you feel to do something. All right, it's more about getting clear on your values, figuring out something that you want to stand for, figuring out something that you want to create or build in this lifetime. Okay, whatever it may be. It can be a family, it can be a house, it can be a career, it can be an art project, whatever it may be. Okay, it can be a carpenting or making shoes, anything. Okay, something that you feel deep inside, this is what I'm here to do. And then you don't want to rely on motivation. You want to rely on taking action. Okay. And you can rely on taking the smallest step, but if you take some action towards aligning yourself with your values, with yourself, your inner, your inner core, if you align yourself with that daily, that is doing your best. Okay. And that is not dependent on motivation. Okay. Because this is something that again, I realized often is that discipline, every time you discipline yourself, every time, there has been zero times where after I overcame something that required discipline that I felt bad afterwards. It's always I feel great, or I feel good, or I feel accomplished, or I feel proud. Okay, when you overcome laziness, you feel proud of yourself. When you overcome and the addictive tendency, you feel proud of yourself. When you take a cold shower in the morning, you don't want to do it. It's cold, it doesn't feel good, but you do it, and afterwards you feel freaking amazing. Okay, you feel freaking amazing. Try it out. Cold showers, guys, and I can tell you, holy cow, it's winter here in Belgium. I mean, almost. It is winter, actually, I think. Is it? It is winter. My goodness, it's cold. The water is ice cold. Okay, I don't want to do it. I really don't. But every single time I do it afterwards, I feel freaking great. Okay, it's fantastic. It wakes you up. It's so good. All right. So try out these things. Put your alarm half an hour earlier. Okay, and wake up immediately. You will never regret doing that. You will never regret getting out of bed immediately. Never, because when you get out of bed, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I have so much time now, freedom to do the stuff that I want to do, that I need to do. And I know that if you're feeling like in a rut and in a slump and you feel unmotivated and tired and heavy and you don't want to do it, I highly invite you to try it out. Okay, to really try it out. No matter how tired and heavy you feel, get up and do something, just a little thing. Just walk around in your room a little bit, or cook something healthy, or just write something on a piece of paper, whatever it may be. But do something. Don't try to think your way out of it, because it's not gonna work. It's really not gonna work. And I learned this the hard way, guys. I really learned this the hard way. So take my word for it. Okay, and experiment with it yourself. See that, okay, once you start doing something, once you start moving, you start to feel better. Okay, emotion follows motion, motivation follows action. It's not the other way around. And that is really important to understand and to not forget, because I forgot many times in my life, and that usually resulted me in feeling terribly bad, like really bad, and in a dark place, and I didn't accomplish anything, and I felt like shit, and I wanted to get out of there, and I didn't know how, and I was trying to think my way out of it, and it didn't work. The only thing that worked was taking action, okay, getting some kind of routine, some structure, wake up at the same time, or try to wake up earlier. That's a good way to aim. It's a good thing to aim for. Wake up earlier, go for a walk in the morning, write something in your journal, meditate, gratitude. All these things, they're so important, and they really help. They really help. Okay. Hi Angela, thank you so much for being here tonight. Just listen, sorry I got my third vaccine and I'm a bit tired to chat patiently, but love it as always. Thank you so much for being here, Angela. I'm glad that you are able to recover from your feeling not so well. I'm sending you lots of support and energy, and I hear your current tiredness. It's absolutely normal, and I hope that you will recover very soon. I also want to again share my support for your situation. It's probably not been easy these past few days. However, I want to let you know that I'm super grateful that you're here, and I'm super grateful that you share a comment here in the chat. And I'm sending you lots of love and kind words and support. And I'm very happy to see that even though you might feel a little bit off tonight, you sound healthy, you sound happy, you sound like you're surrounded by the right people and the right energy, and I very much like that. And I also really appreciated your comments on my previous video, so thank you so much for that, Angela. And I'm very happy that you're here, so welcome to the live stream. Okay guys, I feel very good. I feel warm. I feel peaceful. I feel good. It's lovely. Okay, to be able to spend time with people you care about. Spending my time here in Belgium is also really nice. Although I feel a little bit disconnected from my family somehow, which is something that I want to work on, because I'm so focused on getting things done, and getting into the routine again, because I moved and it's quite chaotic for me to move to a new environment. I need to get used to to the places again, even though I have lived there for many years. It's still, when you travel from one place to another, it, at least for me, requires some how would I say, like adaptation and acclimatization. That's the word I was looking for, acclimatization. And so that's what's happening right now. So it takes some time for me to settle back into the environment. So I hope I will be able to tap into a deeper level of connection very soon. But with my friends, it's kind of really working. So I'm really grateful for that. I'm really happy, and we're creating some cool content here. So I'm excited about that. All right. So yeah, I was quite on a roll somehow. It's interesting to just let my thoughts flow. I love these, the real authentic flow of consciousness streams of thought. That's also originally the reason why I called this channel the way I called it. But we're on a roll. We're on a roll, guys. Like I feel great about this whole journey, this whole project. It has ups and downs. Oh, hi, Evelyn. Thank you for joining. I listened to you, but I couldn't participate. My sister died on Thursday. I'm too. Wow. I'm so sorry to hear this, Evelyn. I'm really sorry. I read your email. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I I just want to tell you that I I don't know. I want to be here for you as much as I can. I felt grateful that you reached out to me through email, and I hope that you will be surrounded by the people you love and care for. Of course, of course. Thank you so much for being so vulnerable and open. It's terrible, and I have no words for this loss. I really don't. So I hope you will find strength and support with everyone in your direct environment, and hopefully here too on the channel. And if you want to reach out again, you can write me an email, and I will absolutely reply to it. So I am wishing you the best. I really do, and I hope you will take good care of yourself. Okay. Well, I don't know what to say about this. I really hope you will find strength with the people around you, and everyone here on the channel also absolutely supports you. I know that everyone here is there for each other. It's a beautiful community of people. And again, I feel incredibly grateful that everyone is just so supportive and kind and compassionate to one another. So thanks everyone for that. I really, 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 really appreciate that. And it shows that, by coming together, we can create a synergistic relationship. We can create magic together. We can create so much more than every one of us individually. Okay. And this is really something, maybe this is interesting to talk about. And by the way, Chevy, thank you so much for joining, brother. Canada is a beautiful place. My brother actually talked about it a little bit yesterday, about his experiences there. He traveled the country for a year together with his girlfriend in a van, which was a really cool experience. So you also invited me to come visit you at some point, so I'll probably will at some point, because it's a beautiful, beautiful place. Very cold though, especially now, I think. So maybe not the time for me to go there. Anyways, what I wanted to say is that, community. I feel like nowadays people are more and more separated somehow. Okay, we are more connected than ever through social media, but the real authentic connections, it's something that many of us deeply crave, and I too crave these connections deeply. And seeing that this is something that's alive within people, and being able to provide some kind of platform to connect deeply and to share our pains, to share our thoughts, our experiences, and receiving support from others, that is such a healing experience. Okay, that is so healing, to be able to be supported by people who understand us, who care for us, who want to, share in our pain. Okay, I read this book. What's it called? Following Your Vocation or something. I can't remember entirely what the title was, but the thing that really struck me was, so the author was in a very, very deep depression. Okay, and so he talks about one of the most profound and healing experiences he had during that time was simply when his best friend came to his house and he sat next to him in silence. He was just there, sharing the space, sharing the mental space. Okay, so sharing the physical and the mental space, and he was there just sitting in silence, giving his support. And he didn't try to change the his friends feelings. He didn't judge his friends feelings. He was just there, sharing the space. And that was an extremely healing experience for him, because he felt seen, e- even though his best friend didn't say a word. He was just there sitting in silence, sharing their consciousness, sharing their attention, their focus. And that is, I believe, one of the most profound things you can do, especially when someone is suffering deeply. You don't want to try to take away that feeling. You don't want to try to claim responsibility for that feeling. You don't want to try to judge it. Okay, you just want to be there in that space, and you don't necessarily have to say something. Okay, you can speak with silence. You can speak with your eyes. You can speak with your, maybe, affection, or your attention, your kindness, your kind energy, your compassion. Okay, not petty. Okay, don't pity people, because then they feel judged or weak or ashamed. Okay, I've definitely been there. When people are pitying me, I don't like it, because it's some kind of, I don't know, a non-genuine sympathy in a way, or something like, it's not that. Like, don't pity me. Okay, just be there and share your appreciation or your energy or your compassion, your kindness. And that is the most healing thing, to feel seen even though you might be struggling tremendously. And that is precisely also what I want to do here. Okay, I want to create this space for people to discover themselves, to heal, to move from a space of despair or sadness or pain to a space where they can feel loved, where they can feel seen, where they can feel understood, and then take that energy with them and then spread that energy in the world. Okay, the implications are endless, infinite. If here we can connect and we can help people deal with their pain, and they can get out there and shine their light themselves, then it will spread. Okay, I can't predict what will happen, what good will come from everyone here supporting one another. I can predict that. Maybe some of you guys at some point will meet one another in real life and you become best friends. That is infinite value. That is literally infinite value. So if I can create a platform and a community where people like us come together, okay, share and support each other, okay, that is the most beautiful thing I could ever achieve in my life, literally. Okay, that is just the most beautiful thing, when bringing people together who are there to support each other and to really care for one another. A community, a real community, real belonging. Okay, not this individual status driven, oh look how cool my life is kind of stuff. No, I don't want that. Okay, I want to have a space where people can be vulnerable, where people can, feel safe. That is so much more important to me than showing off how cool you are or what an amazing life you have. No, no, no. I want to make sure that people actually feel like they belong. Okay, because I felt like I didn't belong for such a long time, and it's too painful. I would not wish this upon anyone. Okay, so I want you guys to feel like you belong here, and I feel like you do. Okay, everybody is so supportive. Everybody is, sharing their kindness and compassion with everyone else here, and that just, it makes my heart glow. It makes me so, so profoundly grateful. And I want to thank you guys for this. Really, I do, because it's so rare and it's very, very valuable. It's incredibly valuable. So thank you so much for that. Thank you so much, Chevy, also for supporting Evelyn and Anja. Also, it's beautiful, guys. Like, it's so beautiful that we're all here to support one another. Just thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I can't say enough how beautiful this is. This is so pretty. It's I don't know that if people lose their faith in humanity, it's these types of things that restore the faith in humanity. And I want to create more of that. I want to see more of that in the world. And they always say, be the change you want to be in the world, be the change you want to see in the world. I try to live by that. I really do. I feel like I want to see more community in this world. So I want to create that. Okay. And it's a fantastic endeavor. It's so, like, there is no escaping this anymore for me. I was talking about this with a friend of mine. I can't escape this. Like, if I would try to do something else, I would come back to this anyway. Okay, I might go and try to earn money in a different job, and work in a bar, or whatever it may be. Okay, but I will come back to this anyway. All right, there is no escaping. This is what I came here to do. All right, and I can't escape this faith anymore, and I don't want to. Also, I feel like this is the path that I need to be on, and it feels so incredibly profound. In a way, it feels very, very profound. And sometimes, of course, I feel like I don't want to do this, or it's a challenge, it's stuff, and then I feel like, oh, I'm complaining, this and that. But deep down, I know I have no choice. I have to show up. I have to show up for you guys every single day. I have to show up for myself every single day. I have to show up for the world, for humanity. I have to do this. Okay, and it's giving me so much, I don't know, faith and energy to continue this, even though sometimes I really don't want to. Okay, but then I look at your comments, I read your comments, and I get flooded with gratitude, appreciation. I get flooded with inspiration because I can see that what we are doing here is really making a difference in people's lives, okay? Making a difference in people's lives, making a difference in the world. That has always been something that I wanted to do. Like from a young age, I have this note in my phone where I literally wrote down when I was 14, I want to change 100 people's lives, like profoundly change, help, you know, facilitate some profound personal transformation. Then I can die in peace. Okay, if I can make people meet each other and form friendships for the rest of their lives, it's like I said earlier, it's infinite value, and that is what I would like to accomplish with this. So thank you all so much for being part of this. I feel endlessly grateful. It's just so beautiful to see that this is actually becoming a reality. It blows my mind. It literally blows my mind. Okay, you have a great and splendid future, Wolf. Thank you so much, Angela. I am building that future, and I believe I will have, and I'm already having a great and splendid present, and I had a great and splendid past also, even though, I spent a lot of time in pain and suffering and, going through all these things that were very difficult to deal with. I feel so grateful for all these things in my life because they literally allow me to do what I'm doing right now. Okay, all the knowledge and the experience, and again, I'm not claiming to be this extremely educated, wise person. That's not at all what I claim to be. But the things that I've been through did provide me with some experience, did provide me with some insight, some inspiration, some motivation that I want to share with you here. And I feel so grateful for everything that I've been through because these experiences allow me to share these things with you guys, right? And they allow me to also feel deeply what others are feeling. I can relate on a very deep level with a person who might be depressed. I can relate with a person on a very deep level who might be going through a severe breakup, an eating disorder, anxiety, all these things. I've been through these things, and that allows me to really resonate and empathize. And so I feel grateful that I was there so I can now help others suffer less. Okay, because again, what else is there to believe in? Nothing. There is no escaping this faith for me. That's how it feels, and I feel grateful and I feel excited about that. Right? It's a privilege. It's a blessing. It's a I can't put it into words almost. It's just so profound. It's very, very profound. Oh, hey, Yuri, thanks for tuning in. I'm about to wrap it up because we will record a few more reaction videos and everybody's here. So yeah, guys, I want to end on a good note. I feel extremely grateful for all of you. Again, I want to express my support for Evelyn and okay, Angela, her recovery. You guys are such beautiful people, and I feel endlessly grateful for your support and for being part of this journey. And again, Evelyn, if you want to reach out, feel free to write me an email. I will answer it anytime you need some support, and you can always come here to find comfort in my words or with other people in the live chat every Sunday. All right, guys. Thank you so much for spending the evening with me. I feel incredibly grateful for all of you and for the people watching the live stream later. I also feel incredibly grateful for you guys. I'm sorry if you can't make it to the live, but yeah, it was a great stream, guys. I really enjoyed it. I was feeling great. I had a lot of emotional experiences during this 50-minute talk. I went from feeling elated to feeling very deeply touched to feeling very grateful to feeling quiet because of the pain that Evelyn is dealing with right now. So it was a very profound experience, and I want to thank you all for that. So yes, again, to wrap it up, I do these live streams every Sunday at 8 p.m. So feel free to mark it in your calendar for next weekend. Sunday 8 p.m. CET. So if you're in another time zone, make sure you don't miscalculate the time. I will be ready and there to talk to you guys about whatever is going on in my life at that moment. And you can always suggest some topics or give me some input in the chat, which I very much appreciate and I always really enjoy. Okay, guys. So I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I want to thank you for your attention. And as always, thank you so much for watching, guys. And I'll see you in the next video tomorrow. And if not, I'll see you next week in the live stream on Sunday night, 8 p.m. All right, guys. Thank you so much again for being here. And I'll see you very soon. All right. Take care.